Welcome to the Get Published podcast, sponsored by Brodie Consulting Group. To get more information about our coaching, publishing, executive ghostwriting, and podcast production services, go to getpublishedpodcast.com. Hello, I am Paul Brodie, and thank you for joining us for another episode of the Get Published podcast, where we help authors get published with a proven system that works. And for the next few days, we are going to be doing a series of solo casts. So for the next several days, we're going to be talking about our virtual summit that is actually kicking off today. It is the second edition of our Get Published virtual summit. And one of the things that's a little different with this one is the fact that we've actually done a bonus series of interviews where I actually interviewed 7 authors about starting and growing their author business during COVID-19. Obviously, I don't want to say we're living in a new normal, but there are challenges right now. And a lot of things have changed. And one of the best things you can potentially do to protect yourself for the future is either starting or beginning to grow your online business. And I was in that boat roughly 3 years ago. So for me personally, a lot really hasn't changed except for the fact that I have groceries delivered to the house and I have food delivered from restaurants. So those are some of the big changes and the adjustments. But in terms of the regular workday, hasn't really changed too much. With the podcast, taking care of our clients, and also with the summit. So for us, it didn't really, in regards to our typical schedule, it didn't really affect us too much. And the reason I bring that up is the fact is when you do have your own business, when you do have your author business, an online business, it definitely helps. I don't want to say it makes you recession proof, but it definitely will help you when things do happen. Because when you work for someone, of course, nothing is guaranteed. I was a teacher for 9 years, and it was roughly around this time 3 years ago when we were wrapping up that career and going to this next step. And are these decisions easy? No, they're not. They can be pretty scary, but they can also at times be potentially some of the best decisions that you ever make. So in regards to our summit, we have kicked off today. You can go to thegetpublishedsummit.com. Again, the website is thegetpublishedsummit.com, and you can register for the summit. It is free. There is an option if you would like to purchase a premium pass where you can actually get lifetime access to all the talks. But the cool thing is, even if you just get the free registration, then you can at least access each day's interviews for 24 hours once those interviews have started. And typically we start our interviews at 9 a.m. in the morning, so you have 24 hours. So with day one, we kick off with opening session, sharing your story in 2020, which is a class that I had the privilege to host, where I talked about how you can share your story in 2020, including how to create, publish, and market your book effectively. Jonathan Green talks about how to multiply your author income, and he joined us from his tropical paradise in Asia. Jonathan lives the dream as he talks about the many ways for authors to multiply their income into a full-time business. Jen Stevens joins us and talks about how she has built a 250 plus member Facebook community. She's actually done this with several communities. She is an intermittent fasting expert, which is something that is near and dear to me because it's something that I have now done since August of 2019. And Jen's going to cover how she has built her Facebook group to that level of membership. She's going to talk about engagement strategies and best practices to create a thriving and engaged Facebook community. Another cool thing is she has a series of moderators, quite a few of them, and they all do it for free because they believe in this movement. And if you are familiar with fasting and how it works with intermittent fasting, I highly recommend you check it out. I'm a huge believer in it myself. Again, it has to be what is the best fit for you, but Jen's an amazing person, and I think you'll get a lot of great value in regards to her interview. Derek Depker is going to join us and talk about building a relationship with influencers. And Derek covers the importance of building those relationships and the impact it can have on your business. He also covers the 3 things that you must have in your nonfiction book to grow your business. And then we're joined by Jesse Krieger. He talks about how hosting a virtual summit can grow your business. He covers the power of hosting your summit and the impact it can have. He also takes us behind the scenes of his business and gives us details about the Publishing Palace, otherwise known as his home, and his Spice entrepreneur events that he is doing across the United States. And then we have our first bonus masterclass with Derek Depker as we talk about growing your author business during COVID-19. And I think the main theme that you're going to get out of the bonus interviews is the fact there's one key word, and I believe we mentioned it in all 7 of those bonus interviews, and that is the word pivot. And that's something we've probably heard a lot these days, but in regards to your business, your brand, and how you want to grow it, obviously in these times, we're all having to make adjustments. We're all needing to pivot. But for those that have already established an online business, then there's really not as much pivoting that goes involved with that because we made those moves a few years ago. Now, one of the questions I've had is, how have I changed my business? Well, in regards to publishing, really nothing's changed. We've actually had an uptick in business this time of year. This time of year, things kind of wind down a little bit for a couple of months. It's a seasonal gig. What has happened is we have a lot of people now that want to get their story out. They want to share their journey. So we've had an increase in business. The one thing that we have done, and this is mainly because we have seen that there is an opportunity out there, and that is in regards to virtual summits. So what we have done as part of our expansion, in addition to our publishing service, because that is always going to be our main focus, one of the best pieces of advice that I ever received was to stay in your lane, right? So you go where the focus is and where you can have the biggest impact and help the most people. But with that, there has been an opportunity now where we have expanded to offer done for you virtual summit creation. So essentially what we do is we help you build the entire summit out in regards to the technology, registration, landing page, offers, all those different things, email sequences, all of that we now offer. In addition to that, we'll also help you with being able to go out there and recruit speakers and doing the things that you need to do to be able to build this out. One of the cool things is if you guys do get over to the getpublishedsummit.com today, you're also going to get a free copy of our brand new Virtual Summit Secrets book. Now, the cool thing is this book is not even on Amazon yet. I have actually decided to release it early as a, I don't want to say the word reward, but as an enticement to check it out, to see the different things that we have done to build our summit, but also to have you guys take part in our second edition of the Get Published Summit this week. So what we're going to do is throughout this week, through day 1 through day 5, we're going to talk a little bit about the different talks that we're doing each day, and then talk a little bit about this journey. Now, I will tell you, definitely, I look at virtual summits as you're basically strapping a rocket boost to you, because we've grown our business through our books. We have grown our business through our podcast. What really has taken things to the next level has been the virtual summit. And the reason is that we've been able to build relationships with many other experts in this field. And many of those people have now become friends, people who I actually talk to on almost a daily basis right now. And that is one of the best things with this is opportunities do present themselves for collaboration. There's just so many different pieces that you can do with these virtual summits. But the best thing is you get a lot of value. You get to help people. So I encourage y'all today, if you have the opportunity, go to the getpublishedsummit.com. Go ahead and grab your free ticket. And also with that, you'll receive a copy of my 16th book, which it still sounds surreal saying that, 16 books. But yeah, so you guys can get a copy of Virtual Summit Secrets and check it out. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And as always, I wish you all the best in your author journey ahead. Thanks again for joining us today. To learn more about how to get your book published with a proven system that works, grab a free copy of my book at getpublishedpodcast.com.